Hi, it's Mr. Estabrooks with another Autodesk Inventor lesson. This time we're going to show you how to build a section view on the drill block from Activity 7.2. Okay, so let's get started. This is the drill block. You should have modeled this already, and it's got several holes in it. One of the things I'm going to do, because we're doing section views, I'm going to show you how to change the visual style so you can see the hidden lines. If you go down to visual style, we can do all kinds of different things here. Realistic, that's kind of a more realistic lighted rendering. We can do visual style shaded. I generally like to use shaded with edges so I can see my object lines better. But for this part, we're going to do shaded with hidden edges. Now that allows us to see those holes and the hole features. So we can clearly see the counter borer and that hole on the left and the countersink, etc. So that's just useful if you've got a lot of hidden features. So let's go to the drawing. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to place, I call this the top view. In the worksheet I think it says the front view, but the way we're going to create this, it's really the top view and the right side view. So we're doing something a little different here. We're taking and projecting the right side view from what we're calling the top view, because we're going to put the section view down below. Now you've already done this, a sketch of this section in your engineering notebooks, or you should have. Now again, for this to be a complete drawing, we need to put in dimensions, we got to annotate all of our center marks, and all that kind of stuff, and etc. But I'm not going to do this complete drawing. I'm just going to show you how to build the section. So to do that, we go to Place Views, then you'll see Section right here. Now what we do is we pick the view, notice the little red dotted outline. Sometimes I call that the glass box. Now you need to make sure you start at the exact center. So you can't just pick anywhere. You need to go close to the object. Notice the little dotted line that indicates we're lined up with the midpoint. Then you can go out a little ways, click out there, draw your cutting plane line, click out there, right click, continue, and then notice it's automatically generating the cutting plane line for you. And if we wanted to project it up there, it would show you, okay, we're going to look that way, but we want this to be essentially down here. So we're going to project that view down there, and essentially there it is. It throws in the section lines for you and everything. Under annotate, of course, we want to put in our centerline bisectors. This gets a little tricky with holes that have features like counterbores, because you'll notice the centerline bisector doesn't go up all the way to the top there. So we need to kind of edit that and manually grab the end of that line. This can be tricky sometimes. Let's see. Let me escape out of that. We'll select the little ball and drag that up. And we can maybe drag that up a little bit so it's actually centered. And then you can just make sure your centerline bisectors actually extend beyond the part edges the way it should. Okay, and that's essentially it. Now again, remember you have to go back and fully dimension this, but that's the basics of how to do a section view.